Hey, what's up guys, it is Jamie here, and today I am here bringing you a little mini-series of college tours that I have taken over the past couple days, thanks to the Delta alumnus group in Buffalo. And yeah, this is like an hour-long video, so let me stop holding you guys up. Alright, our first red stop is Wegmans. I have no idea where we are, by the way. I'll probably put it somewhere around here. Got it? There. Oh. The couch? There's not just TV. Kind of dark, you can see. Like a whole thing of snacks my mom got me. Brand day and Brian t-shirt, of course. And I got show off the room. That couch. That's his bed. My bed's over here. TV. Bed sheet right there. Bathroom. Sink. Other utilities. And this is my stuff over there. Alright, we're on the bus. I'm currently with Derek.
Hi, my name is Derek.
How's it going? Free shout out. Shout out anything you want.
Hi, my name is Derek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it?
Today we're going to be going to Bowie State University. I don't need you to tell me how to say it.
Don't look at me because I didn't say it. She did.
Bowie. Today we're going to be going to Bowie State University. And we're going to be taking their seat on the way back.
It's not flipped the right way. She wanted to be flipped.
Secret plan.
Right? 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 Just say right. Just say right, guys.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Right?
Alright, we'll see you at the college. Alright, we arrived at the first college. I know, vlogging.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Derek.
ready for college.
Yep.
Right? I'm not ready for college. That's hard.
It's hard work. Alright. So we're at Bowie, I think it is. I think I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Bowie.
Booty.
No.
Booty?
No. That is completely wrong when I say it. Bowie. B-O-W-I-E.
Bowie.
Yeah, I think it's pronounced differently.
Bowie.
Yes.
Bow. Boo. Big. Ooh.
One of them close enough.
You. Right?
Alright. Pretty sure, yeah.
Everybody's black. Let's go.
Campus of Bowie State University. My name is Chloe. So currently I am a junior child and adolescent studies major from Baltimore, Maryland, and welcome to my campus. So Bowie State University, or before I get into the history of Bowie State, where are we all from? What are we interested in majoring in?
Banneker Falls.
Buffalo, New York.
Banneker Falls.
What are we interested in majoring in? architecture, biology, elementary education,
Music.
Film.
engineering, psychology, nursing, architecture. Entrepreneurship, architecture. Okay. So I'm mixed up. Okay. So Bowie State University was founded on January 9th, 1865, by a group of former slaves in the basement of a church in Baltimore, Maryland. Is anybody familiar with Baltimore? Downtown Baltimore, the University of Maryland Hospital. Before that was actually a hospital. We were an African Baptist church. We were founded in the basement of that church. We moved to PG County, Maryland in about 1908, 1911, just because the state of Maryland felt that Bowie State or Baltimore Normal School could be a school that accommodated people from all across the country and all around the nation. So that is why we are who we are and where we are. Other than that, the building behind you that some of you may have been in, is the administration building. So on the second floor of the administration building, we have the office of our president. She is currently making history. She's the first female president in Bowie State history. Her name is Dr. Amita Hawkins-Rowe. If you see her while we're out on the tour, she's usually really open to stopping, getting to know a little of who you are and why you chose Bowie State. She's also really active in all of our campus activities. So it is homecoming week here at the university. She's basically been at all of our events that we've had for homecoming, which is really, really cool. On the first floor, we have the admissions office, financial aid, student accounts, and then the office of the registrar. We ask that you have all of your things put together just before you get here, just because it cuts down on the lines that comes out of the administration building. We want you to really, really enjoy your first week here at the university. Campus Activities Board, or SGA, might call it Welcome Week. However, your professors probably will call it Syllabus Week, just because you'll be learning about your classes and things like that. Any questions? Okay, so behind us we have our torch. This torch never goes out. Our school song refers to this torch as the flame of faith or the torch of truth. Different people on campus look at the torch for different reasons. For me, every time I look at it, it symbolizes faith to me, just because when bad things happen, you're not supposed to stop and focus on the bad. Through all situations, you have to gain the ability to pick yourself up and keep moving. But I would definitely say by the time, if you choose to come to Bowie State, by the time you graduate, you'll have your own definition for the torch and what it means to you. So yeah, okay. You guys can kind of follow. This building is the James E. Proctor building. This building is named after James E. Proctor. He was a delegate for the state of Maryland. He also was a two-time alum of Bowie State College, Bowie State University. Any money that you get from the university for financial aid or scholarships, you have him to thank for that, just because even though he is deceased, his family still does give money to the university to this day. On the third floor of this building, you have the School of Professional Studies. Under the School of Professional Studies is where you find psychology, sociology, social work, criminal justice, nursing, and child and adolescent studies. On the second floor is where you find your education school. Under the School of Education is where you have early childhood education, special education, elementary education, as well as sports management. The first floor of this building becomes pretty much multi-purpose as you are a student here. You'll soon find that a lot of the professors on campus like to use this building just because everybody knows where the Proctor building is. So it's pretty easy to get to. Once you go into the building, you take a left and then you take another right. That is where you find the University Testing Center. Anybody know what the Accuplacer test is? No? Okay, cool. So the Accuplacer test is made up of an English and then a math test that you have to take in order to get into the university. The score that you get on this test basically tells the academic advising office which English and which math that you place into. You don't want to place into any 99 credit courses just because you're not going to get credit for it, and it's the equivalent of taking a high school class over again in college. However, if you don't really do the way that you wanted to, don't stress yourself out about it just because we are here to help you. Other than that, your first year, you probably will encounter your biggest class being freshman seminar. That'll probably be one professor to 25 students, so not too much bigger than a high school class. Once you get farther into that major, you'll keep seeing the same 5 to 10 to 15 same people in your classes. Sometimes you have some of the same professors. I know for me, for my first 3 years, I've had the same 3 professors for all of my major classes, and we have a pretty good relationship. So say you go to every class during the semester, but you wake up one day, you really aren't feeling well. Sometimes that professor might email you and text you saying, hey, we missed you in class today, but come see me in my office hours so I can help you make up your work. Once you get into college, it's kind of about the relationships that you start building with your professors, just because you never know. They can help you land the internship that you want, they can help you find a job, or they could one day be your boss. Any questions? So, thank you for that question. So the GPA requirement is that you have a 2.0 or higher for the SAT, is a 980 or higher for the ACT, is a 25 or higher. Once you, or let's say you apply and then you go above and beyond, and let's say you graduate with like a 375, we'll talk about the honors program once we are standing in front of the honors building, the honors dorms. Does that answer your question? Okay, any other questions?
Do you have to apply like separately for a certain scholarship?
Yes, so once you get into the university, and let's say you really want to go here and you get your financial aid packet, after that, then you be applying. But they want to make sure that you're in and you're coming before they start offering money. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Oh, so fun fact, this building actually marks the spot for the first building that we had upon moving here in 1911. This was known as Banneker Hall. Those are actually the bricks from Banneker Hall. The dorm that we're about to walk past used to actually be connected to Banneker Hall, and that was all Bowie State College had for quite some time. Banneker Hall is currently the oldest dorm on this campus, being that it was built in 1921. Last summer they renovated it, so it looks really, really nice on the inside. This is going to be a freshman girls dorm. So this building is a bit smaller. You have about 10 girls to each side. It is community style, as for a lot of the dorms on our campus, meaning that you do have to share a restroom with the people on your floor. It has 2 stalls, 2 showers, so you shouldn't really have an issue with trying to get up, get ready for class, and then somebody talking up the bathroom, just because you're in college and everybody has a different schedule. Other than that, in every dorm on this campus, you have access to a RA or RAs and then a RD. Your RA is going to be your resident assistant. She's basically there to make sure that you and your roommate are getting along. You guys are abiding by the rules that you had set up for each other in the beginning of the semester and things like that. Your RD is going to be basically like your den mother, making sure that you're getting up, going to class, so that Bowie State is the correct fit for you. They're also going to be that step before you get your parents involved in anything on campus. Other than that, we will keep talking about the dorms as we keep walking around campus, just because we do have more dorms to see. The only rule that I have for this next part of the tour is please, please, please do not step on any of the grass, and I'll turn around and explain why. So here on campus, we do have the Divine Nine. If you don't know what that is, you've never heard of it, that is just simply all black sororities and fraternities. For our young ladies, we do have Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, as well as Sigma Gamma Rho. I think I just named all 4. And then for the men, hold up, it's a lot of them. We got Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Phi Beta Sigma, and Iota Phi Theta. University requirement is that you have a 275 in order to pledge. However, once you start expressing your interest or you do your research, you might find out that you need a 3.0, 4.0, or higher. It is very, very important that you keep your discretion. Keeping your discretion is basically going to be a big key to life, just because you don't want everybody walking around knowing everything about you. You want to have that part that people know, and then that part that you keep secret. Other than that, we don't walk across their plots unless we are invited, just because it's seen as a sign of disrespect, especially if you are not in that certain sorority or fraternity. Homecoming is going to be the time where you see the most people on these plots in general, just because a lot of the alumni or a lot of the people in the community like to come out and be on their plots and things like that. You will keep seeing the plots as we walk around campus. Any questions? No questions? The only plot that you probably will not be able to see belongs to Omega Psi Phi. They are currently housed behind Banneker Hall. They have the right to the biggest plot. They were the first fraternity charter on this campus, so they have the right to the biggest space. You can kind of see their plot. Any questions? Yes. So now we are coming up on Theodore McCallum Gymnasium. Theodore McCallum Gymnasium was the first gym that Bowie had for quite some time. I heard that the Washington Wizards, they used to be the Baltimore Bullets, they actually used to practice in this gym. And then one of the alumni told me that in 1992, Tupac and Biggie were the only two homecoming performers to ever perform in this gym. Right now, we don't really use the gym for anything just because we have a bigger space on our campus that can accommodate more people, but it is there. Directly behind the gym, we do have a police station on our campus. Please do not get caught doing anything you're not supposed to be doing, just because they will arrest you, and good luck with that. They are state troopers. They do a really, really good job of patrolling our campus. Last May, we were actually toying with being the safety of this matter. I feel like they have a lot to do with that. You can see their cars parked. So in Bowie State slang, we refer to this gym as the small gym or the old gym on campus. This gym that we're about to walk into is James Gym, AC Jordan Arena, or the Big Gym. The tournament, so they got a banner, and then they have they got a ring, and then they have a banner hanging up in the gym. This season, apparently we are undefeated in the CIAA, so hopefully it stays that way. For our girls, our all-girls bowling team, basically every time they go to the CIAA, they walk away with scholarships, a banner, and a ring. They are undefeated in the CIAA, and hopefully it stays that way. But basically, you see the gym for a lot more than just our sporting events. Currently, this is the biggest space that can kind of accommodate the most people. So any events that involve having a lot of people on our campus basically happen. In here this Friday, we're actually having our homecoming concert, so they'll build a stage inside of the gym. We'll have artists come perform for us. Last year for homecoming, we had Wale, Moneybag Yo, Gunna, Lil Baby. It's always like a lot of different people. We had Meg Thee Stallion and Key Glock. This Friday we're having Cash Doll, The Baby, Quando Rondo, and it's somebody else I can't think. And then they haven't announced the last two artists for homecoming, but we are having 2 extra artists. So I guess we'll have to come out and see who we're having. Other than that, let's say you come in, you're interested in playing a sport, but you don't know how to do so. You would just go down the administration hallway. That is where you find the director of sports for our campus to talk about walking on to any sports team. Most of our coaches are going to be found on the 2nd floor of this building, so it's basically up to you knowing which sport you want to play, who you want to talk to, going to talk to that coach, and then seeing what you can do for yourself. Other than that, in the back of the gym, we do have a recreational workout room. You're paying for it within your tuition, so go work out. Try not to catch that freshman 15. The freshman 15, if you don't know what that is when you go into the caf, you see that it's all you can eat, and then you gain 15 pounds. Good luck with that as well. I gained the freshman like 25, but we're not talking about any questions? Do we have to? Yes, so we have to buy tickets. The only thing that we get in is going to be the games, just because we're paying for the games in our tuition. So on homecoming day or any day that we have a football game, let's say that you want to go to the game, you just come here, you swipe your Bulldog card, they give you a ticket, and then you just walk to the field or go into the gym, wherever, what you want to say. But you are paying for it in the tuition. Any other questions? Oh, so other than that, we do have 2 homecomings a year. So we have the October homecoming, and then in the spring we do something called Torch Fest. Torch same thing as homecoming week. As far as having different events, one day out of that week they will shut down the entire cafeteria. All of your meal plan options will be outside via food trucks, and it's basically a campus-wide carnival. So in the past I've came out and seen zip lining, bull riding, the Ferris wheel. They always bring the ice cream trucks and things like that. You'll have a DJ from campus. It's usually really, really fun. I like to call that last event for the seniors to take part in before they're buckling down on their finals and trying to get ready to graduate and things like that. Up this top we have our track field, and on the other side of the track field, down that hill, we have our football field. We are about to enter dorm row. I like to call this dorm row just because this is where most of our traditional style dorms are located on our campus. So on the far side you have Kennard Hall. Kennard Hall currently houses some of our upperclassmen young men as well as the freshman young men. Holmes Hall houses our freshman young men, and then you have Towers Hall for the freshman young ladies. Other than that, university requirement for a freshman to get visitation, or let me not say it that way. Visitation is to be earned by your GPA as a class your freshman year, so coming in you do not get visitation. Around midterm time they're basically checking that GPA has to be a 2.5. I'll tell you that I don't think that a 2.5 is hard to get at all. That basically says that you woke up, went to class, and they took attendance. But basically it's set up like that to make sure that you're doing what you need to do and you're staying focused. Once you do get visitation, Monday through Thursday, it starts at 5 p.m. Then it's over at 11:59 p.m. So at 11:59 you have to have all your guests sent out and on their way. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it's a little different. So Friday it starts at 5 p.m. Then it's 24 hours. Saturday is 24 hours. Sunday is 24 hours as well. But at 11:59 you have to have all your guests sent out and on their way to get ready for that next Monday. I don't really know much about any of the other dorms. I stayed in Towers my first year, so I know the most about Towers. It does cost to wash and dry on campus. I believe it's $175 to do both. You also have kitchens and laundry rooms and all of your dorms on campus. Any questions?
For roommates, how are they assigned?
So your roommate, either let's say you get accepted into the university and you know that you want to come and you know somebody else that wants to come. Once you do the housing application, if you know somebody that you're what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so let's say you have somebody that you know they're coming here too. All you would have to do is take their student ID number, put that on the housing application, then that's how you guys will get matched up.
Okay.
Other than that, it's always good to not know, just because you get to meet new people, and meeting new people is gonna be a big part of the college experience in general, just because you never know who you can meet and who you can be friends with. They say that in college you find your lifelong friends, and I think that that's pretty true. Any questions about anything at all? Tuition? So for out of state, you're looking at about 17, whereas in state it's about 7.
You sure that's the right number?
So it takes a year. You have to after a year you can transfer your tuition to in-state.
Hey guys, how are you? Yes, we are from the biology department, from one of the best buildings on campus, in fact the best building on campus, which is a new building, science building that is, I think it was built with about $102 million. And what is going on there is that we are able to do state-of-the-art research, science, and if any of you is interested in science, you can definitely come here to learn science. And what do we do? Like, example, what we are doing this morning is using molecular techniques to look at bacteria populations that are growing in water bodies that are spread out around this campus. So we are able to use some primers, to use DNA sequences to look at bacteria populations. And what does that look like? It looks like going out to the field like the students have done. Can you say just
Hello.
Hi. And this is just like 2 groups out of 6 that are working with me. Others have gone back to the lab. So what we are doing is called metagenomics. Metagenomics allows us, just let's say you all are bacteria, okay? Metagenomics allows me to design some primers that I can collect all your DNA, put it in one tube, and put my primers, and those primers will amplify barcodes that identifies each one of you uniquely in the whole world, not just in my class. I'll get a DNA barcode. You know what DNA barcodes are?
No.
You know what barcodes are? You know when you go to Walmart and buy something and you're getting out something?
Barcode.
It's a marker.
Yeah, I know I have accent, but it's okay. So you get out and they scan the whatever it is, and that identifies the object in your hand. That's what we do with DNA. DNA, unique segments that identifies each one as an individual in the whole wide world. Okay, so that's what they're going to do for the bacteria. And at the end of the day, we're going to see the population of different bacteria species that are growing in that water body. And how is it good? What's the importance of this? Let's say, for instance, many of you, all of you are a bundle of bacteria. Do you know how many bacteria are growing on your bodies? There are a lot. There are a lot. Trillions. There are more than you can count. So the bacteria that grows here around your ears is definitely different from the bacterial population growing here. And depending on how you clean up, you have populations of bacteria growing in different parts of your body. Some grow underneath here, some people don't wash here clean, so there is a team of bacteria that are playing basketball here. There are a team of bacteria that are growing here. There are a team of bacteria that are growing at every joint, depending on how you clean up in the morning. If you are someone that just pours water upon your body and walks away, by midday you are stinking. Because I'm sorry guys, I'm going to leave you. Go have a good time.
Right, so in other words, hygiene is important.
That's also one thing that I really, really love about my campus is the professors are really, really personable and they're really, really nice to talk to. So you never really know.
Thank you.
I got a question. Are the professors accessible outside the classroom?
Yes, so usually on your syllabus is basically going to be a handbook that you get in the beginning of the semester. On the front of it, it usually has an email, an office number, or a phone number. Some professors feel comfortable giving you their cell phone number, so you can just like text them whenever you need help or anything like that. So I feel like they're pretty easy to talk to.
That's good to know.
Any other questions?
Does this school take AP credit?
AP, yep. So once you apply to the university, you're basically sending those AP credits too. I believe you have to have a 3. The score's either a 3 or 4. And basically that weighs you out of taking English 101, 102.
You guys both take IB credit?
IB, yep.
Do you guys do super score?
So that's actually probably the way that I got in, because I'm not a good test taker at all. So when I kind of sent my scores, I was like, okay, I sent them, but then I had a really good GPA. So let's say you don't really test well, but you have a really good GPA. Sometimes that GPA can weigh a little more on your decision and things like that. Any other questions?
How are they all taking college credits? Like, do you guys take all college credits or certain college credits?
I believe they take basically most of the college credits. Once you apply to the university, you're basically requesting a transcript from whatever school, getting that transcript sent to the university, and then they're doing your transfer credits that way. But I believe they will let you know what was taken and what was not. Any other questions? I see another hand I saw. No?
Did you have to submit a personal essay?
You don't have to submit a personal essay. Literally the only thing that we take is your test scores, your application, and that's about it. Anything else is just extra. I mean, submit it anyway. I submitted my things anyway too, so. $40. You can get a fee waiver from your school guidance counselor that makes it free though. Alex Haley Hall is going to be a bit different just because it is co-ed and it's also suite style. So you walk into your room. You have 5 different rooms to each suite with 2 people to each room, and then a big restroom with about 3 stalls, 3 showers, 3 sinks. Other than that, this building also has our smaller mailroom. So let's say it's homecoming time, you want to order an outfit. If your things aren't in the smaller mailroom, it's going to be in the bigger mailroom behind the apartments. As we walk past it, I will show you where that is. And then other Then I feel like then we have the C-Store or the Bulldog Den. I like to call that our on-campus 7-Eleven just because you can basically buy about the same thing. And then you can use your meal plan. We'll talk about the meal plans as we stand in front of the Student Center, but that is where it's located. Any questions? Huh? Yeah, so on our campus right now we do have the Army, but let's say you come in, you want to do Air Force, you be enrolled here as a Bowie student, but you take most of your classes at UMD. Does that answer your question? Okay. Huh? University of Maryland, Delaware. They usually take a bus student just because we don't have it on our campus now, but we can actually go to NASA and take their classes and things like that. Yep.
I'm not really sure. I'm not looking tight yet. You looking for it? Oh, on the outside.
On the scale from 1 to 10, we get these orange.
Like 17 inside, so I'll say maybe
On the outside.
8, but not the worst.
Shit.
Going in the world.
Yes, please.
Clean up my yard. Yeah, I'm cleaning up my yard, man. They call us what?
That's true. That's true.
They getting ready for home.
It's going to be considered to be our honors going for freshmen, mainly because, let's start with the name of it. This one is called Crystal McCullough Residential Community. Does anybody know who Crystal McCullough was? Crystal McCullough. Okay, so Crystal McCullough was the first woman in space. She also was a teacher. She got her teaching degree from Bowie State College in, I believe, the 70s. Sadly, on that flight, she did pass away, so we decided to name this building after her. But freshmen who qualify for the honors program get the chance to live in this building if they want to be in it. The qualifications are that you're graduating high school with a 375 or higher, a 1200 on your SAT, or a 25 or higher on the ACT. Let's say you do meet these requirements and you apply to the university. Once they see it, they'll start emailing you to tell you how to fill out the application and things like that. It's basically pretty cool just because you have an apartment on campus. So you walk into your room, you get a full kitchen, a full living room. There's a door on one side and a door on the other side of the living room. Behind those doors, you have your own room. Your roommate has their own room with a door and a lock and things like that. And you get a bathroom. A lot of our upperclassmen on campus do choose to live in CMRC just because after your first year, you're placed into a lottery. There's no telling whose name is going to get chosen out of that lottery. A lot of people don't want to go through the lottery process, so they'll just apply to CMRC. It does cost a little bit extra. In traditional housing, you're paying about $2,500 a semester, and here you're paying $47.74 if you want to live in a quad, and then $54.10 if you want to live in the double. You can use your financial aid and things like that to cover living in this building. It's a lot extra just because even though it's on our campus, it's not owned by the university, so they have their own leasing office and things like that. Any questions? No questions? Okay.
We have a Buffalo native here. This is my little cousin Shan. He goes here to Bowie. He's actually living here in Maryland now too.
Yeah, I'm a junior design major here. I got a little clothing line that I have at school and stuff. This is my clothing line. This is what I sell around campus. It's called Slither. People here wear it on campus and stuff. And I live in an off-campus dorm. It's called the Enclave. It's not this, but it's kind of like that. And yeah, that's basically it. That's what I do.
He moved here when
I was 10.
Yeah. Yeah, so originally from Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, out here.
So this building that we're about to walk into is going to be the newest building to our campus. It was opened up in June of 2017. This is the Center for Natural Sciences, Mathematics, and Nursing. Once we get inside, I'll let you all look around, then we'll come back together and I'll explain everything that you just looked at. I do ask that you kind of keep it down just because there may be classes going on. I mean, we want them to do well and be able to hear what they're professor is saying. Professors can write on the boards, on the walls, and on this glass. This glass also gets really, really dark, so people from the outside won't be able to see the inside, but you can still look out and then see other people. I have no idea how to do that. I'm not even going to try to do that. On your tables, some of you have microphones. Let's say you're trying to do a presentation, but everybody in the classroom can't hear you. That's just basically there to make sure that everybody can hear what you're saying. And things like that. And then we have these screens all around the classroom so everybody can see whatever presentation is being shown on the board. For the nursing program, basically once you get in, you're considered to be a pre-nursing major. You're not actually applying to the program until your second semester sophomore year. Along with that application, you have to have a 3.8 science GPA, so they basically calculate your grades for all your science classes to give you a GPA. It has to be a 3.8 or higher. You also have to do an interview, and then along with that interview, you have to have 2 letters of recommendation. They'll let you know over the summer if you basically got in. If you got in, good luck, keep up the good work. Basically on the second floor, it's kind of like a hospital. They have what's called a simulation center. The simulation center has about a bunch of different mannequins. It's basically set up like a hospital. So they have mannequins who are able to speak 7 different languages, go into cardiac arrest, and give birth. And then you being in the nursing program are supposed to know how to tend to those different things. I can tell you about a month ago, I was talking to the head of the simulation center, and one of the mannequins started talking to me and got an attitude that I didn't say anything back. I was just shook. I didn't know what to say. It's pretty cool. I will say last year, for our graduation, about 70% of the people who graduated with or from the nursing program were able to find jobs after graduation. I feel like that's because once you're in your senior year and you're in that program, you have to do something called a clinical. Your clinical is going to be done on a real person. Upstairs, they basically give you all the time in the world to mess up so that once you go out and do that clinical, you have more than enough time to do well. And that's not really a problem. Any questions?
What separates from like other colleges?
That's a good question. I feel like the relationships that we have with our professors, I find that, or in the alumni as well, I find that whenever we have alumni on our campus, they kind of say that Bowie is kind of like their mother, just because you are nurtured and everything, just like a mother would. Like even if you don't have a mother, or if your mother is not in your life, that's what it kind of gives you, in a sense. Like, I feel like I'm safe here. I feel like I always have somebody to talk to when I need it. I feel like my professors and my friends are always going to be here for me, even in life outside of college. I can also say that my 10th grade year, I took a tour. I took this same, well, not the same exact tour, but I basically came with my school. And I really fell in love with it. I like the students' ability to basically connect with me. They would treat me like I was in college, not even knowing that I'm a sophomore in high school. So I basically took that was cool. I bought my mom back. My mom wasn't really a fan, so parents was trash. And I brought her back to homecoming my freshman year. She basically was saying, I see everything that you see. I love it here. And now she feels like she goes here. She's even said on my graduation day, she's going to walk across stage as well. I'm not going to let that happen. So, but yeah. And then the opportunity. Alright, anyways, like, you just never know what you're going to do. I can talk about what you can do if y'all want to do. Any other questions?
If you could change anything about what you're doing.
Time management. Like, okay, it's not even with the university itself, it's just with the certain organizations. They'll say that if an event starts at one time, it starts like an hour later. And they'll have you in the MLK building just waiting to get into the event. That and parking. Just because they don't have a lot of parking. But I'll drive. Oh, no. I mean, if you commute, they can't really say that you can't have a car just because that's how you're going to get to campus and everything like that. But if you stay on campus, they say that you can't have a car unless you work and you can prove to the university that you work. I thought that's mainly because we want you to really experience freshman year. We want you to be on campus, get involved. And then we don't want your friends bothering you about always getting off campus and things like that. Your freshman year is going to be 1 to 25. It honestly depends on what your major is. For my class, it's about 15 students. I've had the same 15 students. And then I had the smallest major on this campus, child and adolescent studies. So I actually came in as a psych major. Psych was very boring to me. So I felt that I thought it was right now. It was, I mean, it might have just been my professor, but I really didn't like it. And that's really didn't do well in the major. So the last day of the semester, my professor was like, you know, I'm basically just here to help you out. I feel like there's a better major for you. So let's go do it. I was like, you know what? I'm coming to talk to you about the same thing. So I'm going to change my major. I changed my major now.
Are there many words?
So you don't even have to qualify for financial aid to get a job on campus. Basically, if you qualify for a work study, that's going to be working in the cafeteria, working in the student center, doing anything like that. But then you have the bookstore. I actually landed my job giving tours. I was a volunteer tour guide. My freshman, I came in giving tours. I didn't know nothing about the university. I just was basically telling people what I thought they wanted to hear. Back up the word. And they were like, okay, so we're going to give you a handbook. You study this handbook. So I studied my handbook over break. Came back the first semester my sophomore year. I did really well. And then I remember at the end of the semester, the head of admissions at the time said, you know, you do a good job getting tours. Your family really, really like you. So if you're interested in coming back next semester, we're interested in getting you a job. So I said, okay. I came back next semester, signed my contract, and now I get paid. Sometimes it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. Say that again. Any other questions?
How many people from out of state?
Huh?
Out of state students compared to local? How many?
I'm not really sure like the exact number, but I do know that we get a lot of students from California each year. New York is going to be another big one. South Carolina, North Carolina. So local is basically PG, DC, Baltimore. Are you a community? No, oh yeah, basically, yeah. It's going to be about 75-80% community. And that's something that I didn't know about Bowie when I first came here. But as I'm here, it kind of makes sense just because we have the MARC train, the metro, and then a lot of our students drive. Yeah. Yes. The MARC train station is actually on our campus behind one of our buildings. It's about $6. You get on it, go wherever you need to go. $6 back. The metro is going to be about $7. A few weeks ago, we just introduced shuttles to run on the weekends just for freshmen who don't have cars, just so you don't feel like you're stuck on campus. A lot of our students do work in Bowie Town Center, which is like an outside shopping mall, or they work at Regal, or they just need to go to Walmart. They don't always want to ask their parents to come take them to Walmart just to get the things they need. So I feel like that's another good thing that the university has done to make sure that the students feel like they can do what they need to do on campus. Any other questions? So right now, they alternate between China and Ghana. In the past, one of our first hip-hop studies graduates got the chance to study in China while being a student here. While he was there, he basically participated in a lot of China's music competitions. He did really, really well in the competitions. He won some money. Now he goes back to China every summer to tour China, and we love him in China. He graduated last semester. So, I mean, I think he still is a grad student here, but it's it's kind of cool to see him, you know, that we've done that. Other than that, I believe in the spring they're talking about adding Spain. I'm not really too sure how that'll go, but I do know that they alternate between China and what is that?
What in your graduate program?
We do. So I believe it's counseling. The nursing program has a graduate program. I want to say education has one too, and then business has one as well. And I think computer science, but I'm not too sure. We have nursing. I don't think so. So you probably would have to go through with the nursing program. A lot of our students find that they don't want to go through with nursing, so they just do biology, and then after they graduate, they go do different certificates or go to grad school for something different, if that makes sense.
Do you collaborate with other schools? Like if you did biology here, could you collaborate with Howard for medical school?
I'm not actually too sure. I believe you can, but I don't want to tell you that you can. I'm not actually sure about that. I have to still do my research.
Like you said, time management is key. Like, say you were an athlete, like, is there anyone like that you can talk to that can like help you try and like make sure that you're guided in the right direction so that you have everything like in the right time slot and like not falling back? Like, is there anyone that like helps you in that manner?
Honestly, your freshman year, you take a class called freshman seminar. That freshman seminar class is going to be that basically experience that you get with time management, learn how to manage your time. So you basically learn how to manage your time being a college student. Freshman seminar is basically saying, forget everything that you learned in high school. This is what college is. This is how we function, and things like that. Other than that, sometimes students get close with professors that become like mentors, and things like that. We have actually a lot of different opportunities for mentoring on our campus, whether you're being mentored by a upperclassman or a professor, or you're going outside and getting a mentor.
Are there any like music majors here?
Music is going to be a major that not a lot of people know that we have. In our Fine and Performing Arts Center, we actually have a music studio. I've never been inside of it. I've heard that it's really, really nice. I will try to take you all into the Fine and Performing Arts Center, but it is around the circle, and they're having an event. They're doing a groundbreaking ceremony for our newest dome on campus. So I'm not sure if it's locked out.
Do you know if you have to like audition for the performing arts?
To get in to the performing arts for vocal music, I don't think that you do. We don't yet have dance as a major. It's a minor right now, I believe. In the spring, they're looking at bringing a dance school to our campus just so it can be a major. I think that you do, but I'm not really too sure. I know for our different choirs, so we have like gospel choir or university choir, you definitely have to audition to be in that. The same for our different dance ensembles that we have with the university, whether you're doing impact. You can also take a dance class as an elective. That's a part of what's called BSU Ensemble, which is your regular modern ballet tap.
What about
Theater and art, I don't think that you do, but then again, I'm not a...
It's fine.
Y'all have any other questions?
What the film program?
BCBMA, so
Yeah.
BCBMA is going to be a hidden gem. That's actually another the major. You guys, did you see when they see us? Okay, so the guy who played Antron in the film actually is a Bowie State alum, which is something that I didn't really know. So I was kind of intrigued once I found that out. One of our professors had the chance to teach him. They said that he was a really, really good student, and they basically knew he'd do well. I'll have to find more information to get to you about that, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I can super smart.
Yes, so that's what I was saying outside. Okay, so the first time I took my SAT, right, I was a junior. I took it on junior day. I got an 810. The second time I took it on homecoming day, my senior year. I was tired. I got like a 640 or something like that, and I was like, I don't know if I'm really going to get anywhere with that. So basically, I applied, but I graduated with like a 3.5 GPA. So I think that GPA really got me into Bowie, but they probably also use that higher floor. I'm from Baltimore. A lot of people are like, DG versus Baltimore is a big thing. It's kind of a boom.
Did you see the one that passed by the room?
On the third floor, there's quite always 24/7 just to come in. Anybody who may be studying or anything like that for a test. On the third floor, we also have something called the Special Collections Room. The Special Collections Room is going to be near and dear to Bowie State history just because it holds all of the founding documents. So for your freshman year, let's say you have to write a paper on the history of Bowie State, that's going to be a good place to start just because you have first-hand information. My first year, when I had to write that paper, I went to the third floor. I saw a transcript from a student in 1867 who was 15 and trying to learn how to read and write, and I thought that was the most amazing thing ever just because we've been around for just that long. Other than that, the main floor is the second floor or the main library. Anybody want to know how to save money in college?
Yes.
Of course you do. So let's say you go into the bookstore, you have a book that's like $400. Of course, we're broke college students, we don't have that type of money. If you go into the bookstore, or if you have a friend, or if you go into the library, you have a friend that has the book, let's say you're scanning it. All you need is a flash drive. You can scan the entire book for completely free. You save yourself a lot of money doing that. Also in college, another thing is going to be CHEG or online books. They're a lot cheaper than buying an actual textbook. But do what you need. Other than that, in the basement we have our academic advisement center for freshmen and sophomore. Once you're a junior with the university, you're kind of expected to know one or two things about somebody in your major who can help you get to where you need to be or where you're trying to go. Any questions? Did you want to because I is going to be the Fine and Performing Arts Center. Out of the Fine and Performing Arts Center, we have VCDMA, which stands for Visual Communications, Digital Media Arts. Within this field is basically doing anything on a computer, so animation, graphic design, fashion design, anything like that. I've heard that in the fashion design field, we actually have one of the people who taught Coco Chanel how to sew as a professor, which is really amazing. Other than that, out of this building comes the marching alarm clock, otherwise known as the Symphony of Sound. I call them the marching alarm clock just because they are marching field, marching campus, practicing for homecoming or whatever shows that they have coming up, and they are very loud, and the walls around campus do shake. They are called the Symphony of Sound. Under the Symphony of Sound, if you want to be a band dancer, they're called the Divas. You can kind of follow them on Instagram, and then they're basically saying when they're having tryouts and things like that. Or if you want to do color guard or flag, that's going to be under the Sensations. They're also really good as well. Other than that, out of that building comes everything that we talked about in the nursing program, as far as music production, things like that. Anything that comes out of this building is going to be created by the student. Your professor's just sitting in the background saying, hey, since I watched you join, this is going to be a grade. It also gets you prepared for life just because you're not always going to have that person telling you.
So far 1 minute. Been stopping it. So
Questions?
probably be like an hour.
So computer science is going to be one of those classes that you must take in order to graduate from the university. In order to fulfill this requirement, we ask that you either choose from Computer Science 110 or Computer Science 111. In Computer Science 110, you're basically learning the applications on a computer, so how to use Microsoft Word, Excel, things like that. 111 is going to be designing websites, and then 112, let's say you're a bio major and you have to take 112, that's going to be learning to code on a computer. This is the computer science building. If you are interested in being a computer science major, computer technology major, I know nothing about your course catalog. Good luck with that. Other than that, ahead of us we do have Charlotte B. Robinson Hall. If you were to look at Charlotte B. Robinson Hall, you probably would think that it looks like a school. In the 1960s, before we were considered to be Bowie State University, they called us Bowie State College. Bowie State College had an up and running elementary school on their campus, so the elementary education majors got the chance to come over, teach their class. That's how they were graded for the semester. In 1988, we became Bowie State University, so the university purchased this property. Now we use it for a lot of different things on our campus. The metro just pulled up. Other than that, diagonally from us, we do have the business building, or the Center for Business as well as Graduate Studies. I will tell you that the business building is going to be the program it's growing. Bowie State is moving towards becoming a more entrepreneur-based school, just because we do have the Entrepreneurship Academy. Okay, two things. So you can either come and then major in entrepreneurship and small business. You don't have to be an entrepreneurship major to become a part of the Entrepreneurship Academy, though. But basically, within the academy, they're teaching you everything from creating a business card to making a business plan. And then once a semester, students take part in something called a pitch competition. Within this competition, you're basically pitching your idea. Whatever group has the best, or whatever business has the best pitch, basically wins their own business on campus. Which is really, really cool because it's funded by the university. So in the past, our last Mr. Bowie State University went out on a random Wednesday, just because our Wednesdays are professional dress. He passed out anything to a young man that you see on a suit. It did really, really well. President Burrell absolutely loved this idea. So now out of the bookstore, he has something called the Gentleman's Box. Within the Gentleman's Box is basically all the accessories that you find on a suit. He makes money from doing that, and he earns it all back. The semester after that, we had a young lady who said that she wanted to start her own laundry business. Now she has her own laundry business. She washes clothes for about $20 a month. Pretty cool. She's still doing that. And then last semester, one of our graduates said that once she graduated and got certified and did everything she needed to do, she wanted to start her own mental health facility. The university gave her $1,000 to do that. I basically feel like that's saying, okay, we've sown so much you've sown so much into us, let's sow back into you. It doesn't stop there, though. You guys saw the carts that they're riding around on. So students just went around and painted all of the carts on campus. The shuttle service that we've talked about, students brought that to our campus. The roads being paved, the students also done that. I feel like basically President Burrell is giving them a chance at doing what they want to do in life. And she doesn't really have to go too far as finding contractors and things like that to do things around campus, just because she has students who do it just as good. Other than that, the last building around this circle is going to be the most historic building on this campus. The adults can't answer this. It's a history lesson. Okay, so who knows why 1968 is important?
Civil rights movement.
Okay, civil rights movement. You can't answer it.
Oh, I said voting rights?
No, you can't answer it.
Isn't that
Okay, so okay, so what happened to him in 1968?
Oh, it's my birthday.
Right, okay, so he was assassinated.
Yeah.
So, if you know anything about Black history, you know that in the 60s, it was basically hard for Black people to just get what they wanted to succeed and be successful and things like that. So actually on our website, there's a video from the class in 1968. They talk about how hard it was in the state of Maryland to basically write a letter expressing their concerns and then make change. So they wrote that in Holmes Hall, they didn't have the proper wash facilities. The administration was very, very rude. They wrote the letter to the state of Maryland, hoping for change. The state of Maryland told them no. So they said, okay. And on April 4th, 1968, they decided to go to the Maryland State House for a peaceful protest. Because of that protest, about 200 students were arrested. While they sat in their jail cells, they learned of the assassination of Dr. King. And then a couple months later, they gifted us with the Communication Center. On the second floor of the Communication Center, we have the departments for English, History, and Government, as well as Foreign Language. And then we also have a Writing Center. The Writing Center might be something that your professors make you go to once or twice a semester, just to make sure that your grammar is where it needs to be for writing college papers and things like that. Other than that, a couple months ago, we opened up something called BSU Radio. The radio station doesn't actually function off of a radio. We like it better as an app just because the app streams worldwide, which is really, really cool. And then in the basement, we have something called BSU TV, which is basically our TV station. Students have their own talk shows and things like that. Once again, it's not about what you know, but who you know. So let's say I'm a child and adolescent studies major, but I know somebody who's in communications, and I want my own radio show. I would go talk to that person about having a radio show in that building. Other than that, any questions? No? Y'all ready to eat? I see it. Okay, let's take you all to the student center. What's called the Career Development Center. Throughout the semester, they're helping you with career development, resume building, and things like that. If you ever need clothes for an interview, they also give them out for free. Let's say you're interested in being a part of your class's SGA, or maybe Miss Freshman, Mr. Freshman, Miss Sophomore, Mrs. Sophomore, junior, senior, all the way up to Mr. Bowie State University. That's a really, really good opportunity as well. That also takes place on the 3rd floor. Actually, last night we had our coronation, which is basically the official crowning of the royal court, which was really nice to see. Any questions? So I will let you all go to eat. So let's go upstairs.
All right, we're currently back on the bus, going to now Howard University.